Hi everybody. All right, we are in week 2 of our Not So Secret Santa swap on the Love RTS Facebook group. I will link below the Facebook group, so you guys, if you happen to be seeing this video and you would like to join us, we are a group of scrappers, card makers, paper craft divas that follow the Miss Janet Madison. I'll also link her, and we share each other's ideas and share our creations with one another. So come on over to Facebook and join us. And we have swaps this month because it's December. We decided to just do one swap in place of our mini swaps and our main swap. And we had a Not So Secret Santa where we had partners, and each week you mail 4 embellishments with a loose theme. And then at the end of the month, we will send a little 6x9 envelope full of scrappy goodies, paper goodies to our partners. So I'm just gonna have some examples. This week's theme for week 2 is cookies. So I made a bunch of little things. We'll just go over it real quick, and then I will remind you how to send your 4 embellishments for the week. So for this, I used some scrap paper. I did break into a photo play notepad, Not a Creature Was Stirring, and I also used a Stamps of Life notepad. This came in one of my monthly kits. I used some snowflake paper. And so, you know, even though it's Christmas, we all bake. So I broke into some of my kitchen die sets that I have. I have my Sizzix one with my mixer and my utensils. I used a Stamps of Life set with a hot cocoa mug. I used a Stamps of Life set. I don't even remember what this one was called, but it's basically cookies, a cookie sheet, a stack of cookies, a large cookie, and so on. So I put some of them together, but some of them we're going to go over. I'll kind of assemble with you. So first I did the mug, and I used a pretty scrappy paper. It was a baking paper from that photo play 6x6 pad, and it has little gingerbreads and knits on it. And I did put this together, but I still need to put my whipped cream on the top. And we're just gonna tuck it right on in there. So it looks like we have some nice toasty whipped cream. I inked the edges of it with a little bit of brown. I think it's called Brush Corduroy. Let's see here. Yep, from Tim Holtz. So we're gonna take this and we're going to slide it, if it lets me, right on in here. Now we could, you know what, I think I'm gonna do it by hand. I use my tweezers a lot, but I think I'm gonna do this one by hand. It's a little finicky. There we go. And we're just gonna press it down. It looks like some whipped cream on there. There we go. And that looks nice because, you know, it's Christmas season. We all like a nice warm cocoa, and who doesn't have a Christmas mug? I mean, honestly. And then I did a mixer, and I layered this die set, and I'm going to kind of show you with the spatula what I mean by layering that. Sometimes you cut 2, right? And so to give it a little bit of a layer feel, you would die cut 2 of the mixers, but then decide one half of it is going to be a different paper. And for me, a lot of times I do like a pattern paper, and then I'll do a solid. And then I made a spatula that matched, and obviously the bowl. To do this, I'll take the solid, because these kind of remind me, when I do them this way, of the Pioneer Woman kitchen sets, bowls, and her pretty things. And I did snowflakes with this one. And this one came from that Stamps of Life pad. And I will cut off the end, the spatula part. Oh, my glue already has some sticky on it. And then I will glue on the handle. And it gives it just a little bit of character and dimension. And I just think it looks cool. Okay, so there we have a spatula, a whisk, a bowl, and a mixing bowl. And then I did a platter of cookies that were already baked. And so now this is a die set, and I know that. To do the chocolate chips, I just took a Sharpie. It has a stamp set, but by the time I got my stamps all out and got my ink out, I could have already been done with a Sharpie. Because it's just dots, let's be honest. And here in just a second, I know this is a die set, but I'm gonna go over how you could do it without a die set. Now you could easily even do this, and this part here we probably don't need to do because it goes in the tucks in the platter. But you could even do this, just cut out somewhat of a shape, or even better, remember you can use your printer. Use your printer and fussy cut something out like this, and then trace it on some brown. This is a basil little scrap that I had, but you could easily do that as well. And the same thing with the big cookie, right? Like I made yes, I do have the die for this, but you could easily punch a circle out of brown and then take your fussy cutting scissors and just make rough edges and then ink it like this here. Just taking ink around the edges, like when it does on a cookie sheet, it gets a little browner around the edges, right? Easy peasy. You can make a bunch of different size circles and make your own cookies. And then this, I did do the sheet pan and stamp it and then layered on some of the cookies. But like I said, you could make a bunch of little ones. You could cut this jagged edge here with your fussy cutting scissors. You could make a batch of cookies. So you could make a tag. There is no wrong way to send your partner some goodies. For me, this week is about baking. Now, you might interpret that as, you know, leaving a platter of cookies for Santa. You do not have to do it exact. It's a very, very loose theme, like I said in the how-to video when we were signing up. Just have fun. Have bunches of fun. Yeah, I hope that you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. And I will still post the reminder of mailing day, and have a wonderful week. Wonderful, wonderful week. Week 3, honestly, off the top of my head, I've been so crazy busy, I don't remember, but I will get those out and we will go over some examples for that. This is what I came up with. That's just how my brain worked. Okay, so to mail them, you're going to, well, you don't have to, but it will work out better if you take a piece of some type of paper. I use cardstock. This is an old piece of basil that has actually gone in the mail back and forth. You can reuse them. And you're gonna washi tape them to, now flip them over. Make sure you put your name on these. Now my name isn't on these because I didn't have a partner, but that's okay. I still want to show you guys examples. If you decide, like maybe this set I would put in a baggie. If you decided to do that, make sure you washi tape them so they all stay flat into your envelope. Remember, you only have to have 4 during the week, not till the end of this swap do you do a 6x9 envelope. And then you would take this and you would put it inside of your envelope, so that the reason we do this is so when the envelope is moving, it isn't all going to go to one end. Because if this envelope becomes more than 1/4 of an inch thick, 2 stamps are not going to be enough. Now, mine are relatively flat. I would probably only use 1 stamp. So, you know, that's your judgment call. Just make sure it gets to your partner, and you need to have them in the mail by Friday. And yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that we do in mini swaps. It's just this time you're not going to put a self-addressed stamped envelope inside. You're just going to mail your creations to your partner, and your partner's going to mail them back to you. There we go. So that's how we do that. A little reminder of how to do that. I think what I really want to remind you is make sure you keep them flat, or else those are going to come back to you.